Welcome to session 7. This session is the week where we go out into the city and experience the city on a 2-hour walk. And the whole purpose is to get you out, looking at the city and to see how culture is celebrated in your city. Does the city love its city dwellers equally? Jesus tells us that he's able to sympathize with us simply because he shared in our experiences. Um, but is the experience of the city dwellers the same? Are there cultural differences? Whose images are celebrated in your city? How does it reflect culture in the built environment? I want you to go out and to take a walk in your city and experience the cultural realities of your city from the eyes and the experiences of those who live there. Try to determine how the church must respond to the cultural needs of the city in which you live. So I'd like for you to look for the presence of various cultures visually there in your city. Who do you see? What do you see? What do you see in the built environment in terms of images or styles? Here in Los Angeles, there's quite a bit of Spanish style buildings, reflections of Spanish culture. Uh, what do you see in your city? How is culture celebrated or used in the built environment? Also, are people forced to forge out their existence because the city refuses to love equally? I'd like for you to look for that. If there are any signs of that, what are they and what does it look like? What are the rituals of the people who live there? The social patterns of the groups that you observe? Uh, what does it look like to live in the place where you are? And how can the church respond? Is the church integrated or segregated? Is the city integrated or segregated? Are there spaces culturally defined? Are people of one culture living in one place, or is there an ample amount of integration? How is beauty defined? How is it celebrated? Whose faces are or images are used when beauty is defined or described? Are there points of cultural memory, statues or monuments? And whose history does it remember? I like for you to look for those kinds of things. Be as sensitive as you can to the variety of cultural expressions in your city. And use the model of social inclusion that we talked about in class. I want you to look for the visible presence of various cultures in your city. And then what cultures are actively and functionally included in the city? Like who is employed and works in your city? And are there clear and obvious aspects of plurality of voice, that everyone comes to the table and is heard? And if they are heard, is there shared power through shared decision making among a variety of cultural backgrounds? So look for those kinds of things. Record your experience, take photos if you can, and the findings in this assignment will be kind of compared and contrasted to your visit in a multicultural church. So we'll see whether the city has more of a sense of interculturalism than the church that you visit. Our reading and our form assignment is listed there on the site. So go ahead and take a look at that. I look forward to reading your post, and you have a blessed week.